Today's movie is based on the historical Maya civilization. Even the entire film uses the Mayan language. So at the beginning of the film, a group of tribal people is seen hunting in the jungle. And after chasing for a long time, the animal gets trapped in a snare they had set in the jungle. As a result, several sharp branches pierce into the animal's body. And the leader of this group was named Flint Sky, and his son's name was Jaguar. He is the main character of this film. As they were dividing the meat among themselves, they noticed several people hiding nearby in the jungle. Then the leader of their group tells those people to come out, and then he asks them, "What do you want?" They reply, "We just want to pass through this jungle and move forward. Our village has been completely destroyed, and now we're trying to start everything over again." Then their leader says, "All right, you may pass through here." As those people were walking past, it was clear they were all deeply frightened, and many of them even had visible wounds on their bodies. Seeing those people in such a condition, Jaguar becomes a bit afraid. He becomes very curious to know what had happened to them. But then his father, the group's leader, brings everyone back to their village. Their village was a bit small. Not many people lived there, but every person in the village was cheerful and happy. After returning to the village, Jaguar goes to his own home. His son and wife were at home, and his wife was currently pregnant. And in just a few days, they were expecting another child. Jaguar loved his wife and son very much. That night, everyone in the village is seen dancing and singing, and they are having a great time together. But amidst all this, Jaguar was thinking about the people he had seen in the jungle that morning. Then we see Jaguar having a dream at night about one of those people. In the dream, he sees that man standing with his stomach cut open, and he's holding pieces of flesh in his hands. And nearby, dogs are howling loudly. Then the man tells him to run away from there. After seeing this dream, he wakes up, and after waking up, he notices that dogs were really barking outside. It was just dawn, and the rest of the village was still asleep. A little while later, the dog suddenly stops barking, and when Jaguar steps outside to check what's going on, he sees that several unknown people have sneaked into their village and launched an attack. And they've started setting fire to all the houses. Seeing this, Jaguar escapes with his wife and son. There was a large pit a short distance from their house. He ties a rope around his wife and son and slowly begins to lower them into the pit. Since his wife was pregnant, he was carefully lowering her with the rope, gently and slowly. But suddenly, one of the attackers spots Jaguar, and he runs toward him to attack. So Jaguar is forced to drop the rope halfway through. As the man attacks Jaguar, he sees that Jaguar had hidden his wife and son in the pit. But before he can tell anyone, Jaguar kills him. Then Jaguar returns to help the people in his village, but his wife tries to stop him from going. Jaguar tells her, "I promise I'll return to you very soon." Before leaving, he throws a rope into the pit and ties the other end to a tree trunk, so that if there's a delay in returning, they can climb up by themselves. Meanwhile, the attackers have taken most of the villagers captive, and many have been killed. When Jaguar returns, he sees someone trying to kill his father. He rushes in and starts fighting to save his father. But then the other attackers capture Jaguar. At this point, Jaguar's entire village has been defeated by the invaders. Jaguar looks at his father and says, "Father, forgive me." But the man Jaguar was fighting hears these words, and right in front of Jaguar, he slits his father's throat and kills him. Then that man hits Jaguar with a large piece of wood, and he falls unconscious. A little later, when he regains consciousness, he sees that all the villagers have been tied up and taken captive, and their entire village has been destroyed. Every house in the village is burning, and because of the earlier fight, many people have died there. After seeing all this, he looks toward the pit to check if his wife and son are safe. Then one of the attackers notices this, and he tries to look near the pit to see if anyone else is there. But Jaguar's wife and son were hiding behind a large rock in the pit, so the man doesn't see anyone there. Then the man cuts the rope that Jaguar had tied to the tree. Then the captors begin to leave the village with all the prisoners. But they leave all the village children behind, and the children start following their captive parents. Now Jaguar's wife and son are trapped inside the pit. They had no idea what was happening outside with the villagers. And now, without any outside help, there's no way for them to get out of that pit. As all of them were taken as prisoners into the jungle, they saw those same people from the previous morning again, and those people had now also been taken captive. After walking a long way through the jungle with all the prisoners, they reach a river, and after crossing the dangerous river, they reach the mountains. After walking so far in their wounded condition, one of the prisoners becomes very sick. He couldn't walk properly. Seeing this, the man who had killed Jaguar's father comes over and pushes that sick prisoner off the edge of the mountain. And after traveling like this continuously for 2 days, they finally reach their destination. On the way there, they see a little girl by the roadside. A plague had spread in that village. Because of it, the girl's mother had died there. Now the little girl starts walking toward them, but they shove her away using a wooden stick. Then the girl looks at them and says, "Do you know how you will die? The sacred time is coming very soon. Even during the day it will become dark, and beware of the darkness. Because of one man, all of you will die, and that man is among you right now." The little girl was saying all this to the people who had taken everyone captive. Moving forward, we see many people have already been enslaved and are being forced to work. All the enslaved workers here are being made to produce cement. The condition of every single worker was terrible. Now the new captives are taken through a village. This village was much more advanced than Jaguar's village. The people of this village knew how to make clothes and clay dolls. They even lived in solid, permanent houses. After passing through that village and going further, they finally reach their destination. Upon arrival, all the captives are painted with blue color. Then the leader of the captors talks to one of the local men. The leader tells him, "Today my son will speak to you on my behalf. And now I want a much better price for these prisoners than before." The man replies, "As always, you'll be paid a good price this time too." From this conversation, it becomes clear that they capture people from outside and sell them here. Now we see that the male and female captives have been separated. Then the women are priced and auctioned off. The male captives are taken further inside. And inside they see several large pyramid-like buildings. Loud drums are beating all around the base of those buildings. In front of them is a massive crowd of thousands of people. And at the top of the building, the captives are being sacrificed by cutting their throats in order to please the gods. Because they believe that if they please the gods through such sacrifices, they would be saved from plague-like deadly diseases. Now one of the new captives is laid down and his throat is slit. After that, Jaguar is called up. And just as he is laid down and they are about to strike his throat, a solar eclipse begins. The people believe the gods are now satisfied. So Jaguar and all the remaining captives are released. Now they are taken to a field behind the temple. Then, pointing to a jungle at the far end of the field, they are told, "If you can cross this field and reach that jungle, you'll be completely free." The son of the chief who brought them all as captives is sent to the far end of the field. Then they begin releasing their prisoners 2 at a time. As they start running through the field, the captors begin attacking them from behind with bows and arrows. One person is shot before reaching the end of the field and dies right there. Another one falls injured and collapses on the ground. Now Jaguar and another man are released, but instead of running straight, they zigzag as they run. This made it difficult for the archers to hit them with arrows. But after some time, both of them also get struck by arrows. Even after being hit, Jaguar keeps trying to escape. Then the chief's son comes forward to kill him. At that moment, one of the earlier prisoners grabs the chief's son's leg from behind. After killing that man, as the chief's son goes to attack Jaguar again, Jaguar breaks off the sharp tip of the arrow stuck in his body and grabs it. Then he stabs it into the chief's son's throat and escapes from there. Seeing this, the chief and the rest of the group come running, but it's too late to save his son. Now, to take revenge for the killing, they all start chasing Jaguar. Since Jaguar had an arrow stuck in his body, he couldn't run very fast. So after entering the jungle, he climbs up a tree and hides. By then, all the pursuers enter the jungle and start searching for Jaguar. Soon, a black panther appears near the tree where Jaguar is hiding. Now, to escape from the panther, Jaguar runs from there. The group hears the sound of running through the jungle. Hearing the noise, one of them runs between Jaguar and the panther. So the panther attacks that man and kills him. Then the rest of the group kills the panther. After witnessing all this, some members of the group start getting scared because the little girl's prophecy from the morning is slowly coming true. Still, the group's leader gathers everyone and resumes chasing Jaguar. Gradually, day turns to night, and throughout the night, they keep chasing Jaguar. Since Jaguar's body was covered in blue paint, the next morning they see blue stains on the bark of a tree, which shows that Jaguar was there just a while ago. As one of them stands near the tree, a snake comes out and bites him on the neck. Seeing this, the rest of the group realizes that he will die very soon, so they leave him behind and continue the chase. After going some distance through the jungle, Jaguar sees that the path ends. In front of him, there's a waterfall. Now, if he wants to escape from them, he must jump into the waterfall. Without wasting any time, he jumps straight down. He didn't know what would happen when he landed, whether he'd live or die. But after falling, he survives. And now he has reached his own jungle. Then looking up toward the others, he says, "This is my jungle. My father hunted here, I hunted here, and my son will hunt here too. If you have the strength, then come." After hearing this, one of the pursuers says, "I think we should turn back." As soon as he finishes speaking, the chief kills him. Then he tells the rest, "We are all going to jump down now." Then one by one, they start jumping down. While coming down, one of them hits a rock, cracks his head, and dies there. Seeing them all descend, Jaguar starts running away again. After running some distance, he falls into a mud pit. As the others enter the jungle looking for him, he appears in front of them, his entire body covered in mud, holding a beehive. Then he throws the beehive at them. Since Jaguar's body was coated in thick mud, the bees couldn't sting him. Then escaping again, Jaguar finds a poisonous frog in the jungle. He breaks off several thorns from a tree and rubs the frog's poison onto them. Then he rolls a leaf into a pipe. He inserts a poison-tipped thorn into one end of the pipe and blows forcefully to shoot the thorns at one of the pursuers. The poison thorn pierces him, and slowly he begins to die. After killing this man, Jaguar takes his sharp weapon and kills another one from the group. That man was the one who had killed Jaguar's father. Now only 3 men remained in their group, and one of them was the group's chief. Now we see that suddenly it starts raining, and Jaguar starts worrying about his wife and son, because the pit where they are hiding will quickly begin to fill with water. Meanwhile, inside the pit, the condition of his wife and son has become dire. Both of them are extremely scared. On top of that, his wife has gone into labor, so she was in intense pain. While Jaguar is fleeing through the jungle, the group's chief appears in front of him, and he shoots Jaguar with an arrow. Then with a knife in hand, he rushes at Jaguar to kill him. But as he charges forward, his leg gets caught in a rope. Then a spiked wooden trap swings in from the front and pierces him. And now the chief dies there. This was the same kind of trap Jaguar and his tribe used for hunting in the jungle. Meanwhile, inside the water-filled pit, his wife gives birth while standing neck-deep in water. But 2 of the chief's men are still alive. To escape them, Jaguar runs all the way to the seashore. When he gets there, he sees several large ships anchored nearby, and from those ships, several Englishmen are approaching. Seeing such huge ships and the Englishmen, everyone stands in shock and stares. Taking that opportunity, Jaguar sneaks away and returns to his wife and son. Then he helps all 3 of them out of the pit, and they begin walking back into the jungle. After seeing those ships, his wife asks him, "Should we go there?" Jaguar replies, "No, we should return to the jungle." And with that, the story of the movie comes to an end. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe to the channel.